Hello, welcome to week 2's Let It Hatch. I'm going to try and do justice to The Body Keeps the Score in the next 5 minutes. The first minute has to do with emotions and the body-brain connection. In chapter 5 of The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel highlights that many mental health problems start as attempts to cope with the unbearable physical pain of our emotions. The fundamental purpose of emotions for all mammals, whether you're a human, whether you're deer, whether you're a cat, whether you're a dog, is to initiate movement that will restore the organism to safety and physical equilibrium. Yesterday we thought about the amygdala as the smoke detector of the brain. If the amygdala senses a threat, it sends one of those instant messages, recruiting the stress hormone system and the autonomic nervous system. Now we're going to hear a lot about the autonomic nervous system on Into the Field. It's going to be really important. We'll come back to it with this book. Back to animals. He focuses on monkeys to teach us about 3 levels of safety. This first monkey just here is relying on the social engagement system. An alarmed monkey signals danger and calls for help. If no one responds to our call for help, the threat increases and the older limbic brain jumps in. That's where the amygdala is, the smoke detector. When the smoke detectors of the brain malfunction, people no longer run when they should be trying to escape, or fight back when they should be defending themselves. The sympathetic nervous system takes over, mobilizing muscles, heart and lungs for fight or flight. Accelerate, expend energy. So a person is attempting to return, let's say, from the field of battle. They want to reconnect to society, but trauma has left an imprint in the limbic brain. If we understand that traumatized children and adults get stuck in fight, flight, or in chronic shutdown, how do we help them to deactivate these defensive maneuvers that once ensured their survival? Bessel shares that there are 2 branches to the autonomic nervous system. The sympathetic, which acts as the body's accelerator, and the parasympathetic, which serves as its brake. There's a simple way to experience these 2 systems for yourself. Whenever you take a deep breath, you activate the sympathetic nervous system, the with emotions nervous system. The resulting burst of adrenaline speeds up your heart, which explains why many athletes take a few short, deep breaths before starting competition. Exhaling, in turn, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows down the heart. Looking forward to talking about Wim Hof soon. If you take a yoga or a meditation class, your instructor will probably urge you to pay particular attention to the exhalation, since deep, long breaths out help calm you down. For Bessel, well-being is about stimulating the growth of synchronicity between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. That's interesting. We'll come back to that. Synchronicity. How then do we achieve this synchronicity? It's not by using the part of the brain that I was using when I made this plan for next week, which, by the way, is called A Tale of Two Froggies. That part of the brain, color-coded with the green marker, is called the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. It tells us how our present experience relates to the past and how it may affect the future. You could think of it as the timekeeper of the brain. In a chapter called Healing from Trauma, Owning Yourself, Bessel highlights that the rational, analyzing part of the brain, centered on the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, has no direct communication with the emotional brain, where most imprints of trauma reside. But the medial prefrontal cortex, that watchtower, the center of self-awareness, does. The only way we can change the way we feel is by becoming aware of our inner experience and learning to befriend what is going on inside ourselves. So unless the people at that table over there use their planning and their studying of the neurological information about the limbic brain, there is going to be no connection. The person at the table over there maybe labels me, puts me in a category. Even his categorization of the different parts of the brain isn't much help to me. No amount of understanding, even of the neurological information, is in and of itself going to help me return from the field and reintegrate into society. Of course, this means that the parts of the brain that we need to use to heal are very different from the parts that we would use to make a plan like this. Let me show you.